UValleYradio.net. Hey, we're live at the El Progreso Memorial Library for the 4th annual, the 2023 Steam Expo, Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Mathematics. I just got smarter just saying all those words in one sentence. But a lot of great people here and sponsors. Somebody who's here, I believe, got like an area plus sponsoring the event, Uvalde Memorial Hospital, and I've got Susan Ditto Rios here. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Uvalde Radio. It's been a while since we've had you on live, right?
It has been. I feel like something's been missing in my life, and this was it, Robert. I haven't been live with you in a long time.
It's all complete now. We can all sleep better.
The circle is back.
So Susan, it's good to have you on here. So tell me what you're doing here with Uvalde Memorial Hospital.
So the hospital's really excited to be here. We actually have 5 stations for the kids to come in. So we have
Are you manning all of them?
Oh, I'm not. I'm just the lucky individual who gets to just sort of help and promote. But we have 5 fantastic departments.
You're the chick in charge. Just say it. You're delegating, right?
No. I wish it was that cool. No, I have the distinguished pleasure of promoting and helping and sort of facilitating our piece with the public. So
let's go and talk about the 5 stations that you've got. Do you have any idea? Do you already know?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, I know who's there. So we brought 5 of our departments from the hospital, and so they each have a cool exhibit for the kids to come. So we have our lab department. So they've got everything in there, like all about all kinds of germs and petri dishes and what the lab does. So that's kind of a cool, neat thing. If you're fascinated and you don't know what like E. coli looks like under glass, then there you go.
Always wondered.
No, I know, right? You're like, what does that look like?
That's a bucket list item.
What does it look like underneath your fingernails?
E. coli.
That kind of
stuff. Is it really as ugly as it sounds?
You know, when you look at something under a microscope, it always looks like beautiful little art. It's what it does to you.
Yeah,
afterwards.
The art of death.
The art of death, right? No, but we have our lab department here, and so they've got some cool stuff. Then we have our radiology department is here, and they've got a lot of really cool ultrasound scans in there, so you can actually see your bones, the circulatory system,
Find out if I'm pregnant, seeing what's going on.
Exactly. Now, folks, if you're listening to this and Robert finds out he's pregnant, you heard it here first on UvaldeRadio.net.
That's the real news.
That's the real news.
That's the good stuff.
So then we also have our medical surgical ICU group here, and they have a really cool vascular ultrasound here that you can kind of see what your veins look like underneath. So that's really, so you can come, and they've actually brought that equipment with them. To try it out.
Well, you get like a whole checkup
You get an exam, right?
That's crazy. That's awesome.
So note parents, this is for the kids.
Now, do parents need to sign a waiver?
No. So this is all kind of come.
We
want to show the youth what kind of really great jobs are out there, and sort of the beauty of science. Obviously this whole expo is everything from art and math and science and engineering, but all that sort of comes full circle at the hospital. So we've got a little bit of everything.
You guys are dabbling in every single bit of it.
We really are. And then we have our emergency department is here, and they've got some exhibits and giveaways, and they're here to kind of talk about sort of heat and water safety as we go into summer. So some good information. And then we have our wound care unit here also, and they've got a cool device that they use to actually, when somebody comes in that has a wound that won't heal, how they kind of look at the bacteria in that wound to clean it and get you back on your feet again.
I'm no doctor, but don't pick at it. I know that.
Don't pick at it. No. So we are.
That's all I can offer.
Right. Don't pull the scab off, right? Yeah. But so a lot of good stuff. And our 5 stations are inside the library. So when you come, guys, come right into the opening doors and take a quick right. We are sharing a space with the folks from Continental Tire.
Very good. All right. So, and speaking of Continental Tire, I believe they're the title sponsor of this event, and you guys aren't far behind.
We are right there with them.
Yeah. So very cool. So Susan, let's go and quickly talk about your role at the hospital, how things been going for you, and what other things is Uvalde Memorial Hospital getting mixed up in?
Oh goodness. So I hope everybody knows the hospital has always got some good stuff going on. So my role there is I am the manager for public relations and marketing, and really what we're getting geared up for, and people are going to start seeing, is Hospital Week is just around the corner. So that's in May, the 8th through the 12th, and we're going to be putting a lot of stuff out on your station and other media outlets to share all the cool stuff we have going for the public. So that whole week, Hospital Week, we celebrate all things hospital. It's also Nurses Week.
Oh, okay.
That same week, they sort of coincide. But we're going to be having some great stuff for the community. Like we have a 5K race that you can sign up for. And so we encourage you to go to our website or social media pages and sign up for the 5K. Get you a t-shirt. They look pretty cool this year. We also are going to be doing some A1C and blood pressure checks for a couple days. And the kids, this is something cool. I'm really excited about this. On the Monday of hospital week, we are offering a teddy bear clinic. So kids bring their stuffed animal, and they actually get like a whole checkup for their stuffed animal. We kind of show you how that all works, and it's always a lot of fun to do that.
But what if your teddy bear's got like cancer or,
That's why you're bringing him to the hospital,
Okay.
because we have comprehensive, high-quality health care, and we can take care of that for
Of course, I'm joking, and it's never going to happen, right?
It's never going to
They all
happen.
get a clean
but
bill, don't they?
They get a clean bill of health. And we'll get them there. But it'll be a lot of fun. So we hope that everybody will be able to come out and take part in one of the many activities we're going to have for Hospital Week.
So again, Hospital Week coming up, so probably some daily stuff going on.
Absolutely.
The website is umhtx.org.
That's correct.
So all the information and signing up for the 5K.
Absolutely. And of course, we always want people, we encourage you to follow us on our Facebook and Instagram pages, because we always have a lot of great information about our services and any events coming up always on our social media.
Right on. Well, again, Susan Rios here from Uvalde Memorial Hospital. When you come into the El Progreso Memorial Library for the Steam Expo, just come right in the doors and hang a right, and then you can see Susan and the UMH staff.
And the whole team, yes.
Everybody doing their thing. Well, thanks again for all the information.
Oh, thank you.
And y'all keep listening for Uvalde Memorial Hospital's announcements on UvaldeRadio.net. Meanwhile, let's get back into some music. Chuck Weimer, gentleman out of Lytle, Texas. We love this guy. One more day. This is UvaldeRadio.net, live at the Steam Expo. UvaldeRadio.net. Hey, good morning. I'm Robert Miguel. Well, here on a very rare Saturday morning live broadcast remote from the El Progreso Memorial Library, 301 West Main Street. You know the place. Bring the family. It's going to be a ton of fun all day at the Steam Expo. Science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. It's a whole lot of learning, a lot of fun here today at the library. So I'm being joined right now by a gentleman who really is kind of the backbone of this whole operation today. Put a lot of time and effort into it, not only this year, but many years past. But Mr. Michael Robinson, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. It's fun to be here. Like I said, I used to work in radio years ago, so it seems like old times. But
yeah, we talked about you've done a lot of media stuff.
Yeah,
newspaper, radio.
A lot of media. The only thing I haven't done is television. But anyway,
you join the club. Face for radio, right?
Right.
Face for radio.
Exactly. But no, we're out here at the El Progreso. We have an amazing Steam Expo. Now, what it is, you might say, what's Steam? Is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. But these are companies and organizations that actually have hands-on activities for the kids to see a lot of what they do and a lot of stuff. There's a lot of make and take. You can make some like microscopic art. You can there's a ton of things you can do. It's all hands-on. It's not tour bus kind of thing. So it's in the hospitals out here. I mean, there's just too much to explain.
I was going to say, so there's some obvious, some usual suspects. You got the hospital, you got the power line people. That kind of makes sense. You're like, okay. But you've got some other locally owned businesses who you wouldn't expect maybe at a science kind of fair environment. But everything kind of goes back to some sort of science or math or technology. So it is really kind of cool to see a smattering of the big Uvalde businesses. And some of the smaller ones as well, too. So.
Well, and I think what's amazing about this event is it's the community getting behind our kids' education. And it's really, I thought about it as, the acronym is STEAM, but STEAM is really spelled love. It's actually an outpouring of love in our community and organizations supporting our students and kids, because we're all invested in their success.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of people, they say, well, it's the school's job. No, the school does their part. They work very hard. But it takes, I don't want to use the old saw, but it takes a village. It takes a lot. It takes everybody.
But there's something to that, yeah, for sure.
It takes everybody to make sure our kids have the best chance going forward.
Well, and this community has gone through a lot lately. I mean, coming out of a pandemic into a citywide tragedy, our students, our kids have had a lot of distractions. So, and nationally, I think it's been recognized that there's been a dip in test scores and basic just education. So it's good to kind of have these things as a community to make sure that our kids are not missing a step. And
that's exactly right. The other thing you're going to find when you bring it, and please come, students of all ages, even if you're an adult, we have old technology. That's a new addition. I know it's kind of weird, new addition, old, but it's a great connection to the kids, because even this technology today is going to be outdated one of these days.
I love that kind of an oxymoron, old technology. It's good stuff. Very good.
Yeah, it's really cool, and there's actually a game that you can play, old video games. So
what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give me some Miss Pac-Man on, man. Get some asteroids going on down up in here, man. It's gonna be good.
Well, it's just something for everybody, and there's
I need some
lots.
Jolt Cola and some Cheetos.
We have, if you like free stuff, we have a lot of free door. We have a lot of we have dozens of door, and they're really nice door prizes. So you know it, and it's free. It's free.
So the kids need to come over here and get their little passport stamps,
Yeah.
right? And they get a chance to win prizes.
They
that way?
get 2 chances just
Very
for
nice.
showing up. They get a chance, and if they do the passports, they get another chance. But we've got telescopes to give away. We've got a discovery flight. You can actually get up in an airplane if you win that.
Wow.
I mean, this is over.
I ain't that brave, but wow, that's cool.
We got some really cool stuff, but there's just too many. You just need to come out.
So, Michael, obviously they need to come out here, check it out for themselves. But let's go and talk about your role and the history of the Steam Expo, because there's been some road bumps. You know, like I said, the world shut down pretty much.
Yep.
And then, is this kind of your baby? And if so, give us a history of Steam Expo.
Okay, it started out in 2017, and it started out being an amateur astronomer. It started out as an astronomy day event, and it was through Rotary. We did a poster contest, and then I really have to kind of tip my hat to Dianera Salazar with Math Rocks. So she said, well, I can do a math thing, and they had that 2017 eclipse. So I got to thinking, I said, well, you know, we're adding math. It's not just astronomy. And I kept thinking, well, STEM is really big. So it's turning into a mini STEM Expo. And what happened is once I started calling it that, people just lit up. I mean, like, whoa, STEM, but we like that. And that first year, just on something that got thrown together in 2 months, we had 150 people show up.
That's fantastic.
For something that just got thrown together.
Yeah.
So then the next year, and I have to thank Dan Trevino. There's always been several people. It's never been a solo thing, but it's always been a collaborative. And Dan Trevino.
Getting back to exactly what you said just a moment ago about the community coming together.
Well,
right.
she has a shop of her own. She has Once Upon a Time, but she was a retired STEM campus principal.
Oh,
and when I found that out, I said, you've got to help me with this. And she actually laid out the framework for this, and it wouldn't have gone anywhere without her help. But every year there's people, and she has things she's got going. She can't be as active as she once was with it, but everybody steps up each year, and it adds a component to it. But we just got a ton of leaders. We've got a ton of. It's just an amazing deal, and I'm humbled by how it's taken off, and really, honestly, I see it growing beyond the library and making it a regional event. It just keeps getting bigger each year.
Hello, Fairplex, right?
Yeah. Well, we're looking at the Civic Center next year. And
that'll be the next
But we're
logical
hoping
move.
that everything west of San Antonio is going to come here, because this could be, because I will say this, Dallas, what inspired me, Dallas and St. Louis, they have big citywide STEM expos. They call it STEM. We added art. But they have hundreds of thousands of people, and there's top sponsors. They sponsor it, like Boeing at $50,000.
Fantastic.
So there is an interest. There's a lot of companies that have an interest in making sure that there's pipelines of people that going into their professions. There's good paying jobs out there, and there's exciting things, and it really gives kids an opportunity to see all the different things they could do, not just the stuff in front of them.
At an early age,
Yeah.
and in a hands-on kind of way, where they can, because a lot of kids, they go, oh, I want to be a cowboy, I want to be an astronaut. These are kind of just blanket things. They really don't really know outside of just maybe reading books. But whenever you can get your hands on and you can see the equipment in person, look at that Uvalde Memorial Hospital, see those labs, you know what I mean, and those all the cool things that go along with the job.
We have Continental Tire. I
Yeah.
mean, there's tire technology involved in tires. You might think tires are, but no, there's a lot of technology. We have AirLife here. We have. I'm looking out there. We have EMS showing kids.
You got a gurney out there.
One of the
That's crazy.
first times, if you ever want to kind of see what it's like in the inside of an ambulance without having to be in the ambulance as a patient.
Amen.
Come and enjoy it as a visitor, so you don't have to wait till you get in some bad shape.
Right. Well, there's a lot going on here. So kids, come on out here, get your passport, excuse me, get it stamped, and try to win some stuff. And Michael, you mentioned some great sponsors. Go ahead and why don't you give a shout out to some of the companies
Our
that made
main
this happen.
sponsor is Continental Tire. They stepped up as our title sponsor, so we're huge thankful for that. We have the hospital, Uvalde Memorial Hospital. We have Southwest Texas Junior College, which has been very supportive from the beginning. We have Sol Ross, which is a new sponsor. We have, I'm trying to think who else. We, Triple R Ventures has always been, you have the...
I got Fagley Construction over here. Of course,
Fagley, yep.
You mentioned the Rotary Club earlier,
Rotary
the
Club.
hospital, and the Junior College, Southwest Texas Junior College. You know what, Michael? I guess tell me what is your favorite? I guess part of this whole big deal. What do you? I know this is your baby. There's a lot of work going into it, but now that you're here, it's the day of the event. What do you look most forward to?
I look forward to the Livewire exhibit.
Uh-huh. I saw them bringing up that it looks like
that's
four,
11 o'clock.
Like
you
poles,
gotta
right?
see that, and it's an amazing. Last time we had it was 2019. We had over 100 people watch it, and there were people. The raw power that you could see is safely shown. It's safe. But it's like putting a hot dog up against why you shouldn't put anything up against. I mean, it explodes. I mean,
like sparks fly kind of thing?
Yeah, it actually scared some little kids last time. I mean, but it was a safe, but it does illustrate the danger of high voltage. And but you can see it in a very controlled, safe way. And, you know, the gosh wow. So it's pretty unbelievable.
And what time is that happening again?
11 o'clock. They only have
11
one
o'clock.
show, so you need to make. And then the other thing is we've got the artist Henry Sanchez, and he's got the micro art. That's an over-the-top thing, and if you don't do anything else, you need to do those two things.
Now, before we wrap it up here, Michael, I know you got to get back to work, and I got to get back to some music. Tell me, if they're not listening to the live broadcast or not here in person, what is the best place, either online or a place to call and find out more information about the Steam Expo?
I would say probably the El Progreso Library.
Okay.
We're actually working on, we had a website a while back where we're going to be putting one up. And the other, I'll be letting people know. But yeah, check El Progreso Library because it's kind of the hub. The one thing about the Steam Expo is it's gotten to a point where really after it's over with, I'm going to still, and a few people are going to be working on next year's.
We're right on it, right?
Yeah,
sure.
well, I mean, we've got companies and organizations that take months to prepare for this. And we had several that wanted to, like, for example, we had the FAA, Federal Aviation. They said we just needed more time. So, but they were saying, hey, next year. And when we even had an organization that had connections with like Boeing and different, and they need more time. And but the thing is we need to give them stuff 6-8 months out.
Sure, for sure.
And so we're going to add a lot more next year. It's just getting bigger every year, and it's really going to be something that is going to, I hope, give something an identity. Uvalde is something positive. Hey, that's where they're serious about learning. They're serious about STEM and STEAM. That's what I want for Uvalde, among many things. Music.
Man, doing a great job so far, man. And we're just getting started here at the library, so already off to a flying start.
You got
so congratulations,
man.
Yeah,
thank you.
Great job. Again,
Robert.
Michael Robinson here at the El Progreso Memorial Library. Again, the website is elprogreso.org. And come out and see us here, the 4th Annual Steam Expo. Again, presented by Continental Tire, Uvalde Memorial Hospital, Southwest Texas Junior College, Sol Ross University, Fagley Construction, of course, the El Progreso Library, and the Rotary Club of Uvalde. Back into some music. Morgan Wallen, this is You Proof on UvaldeRadio.net. UvaldeRadio.net live at the El Progreso Memorial Library. That's Jenny Dale Lord out of Lubbock, Texas. And love you like you're leaving. If you like what you heard there, she'll be in town here in Uvalde for Friday Night Live at Broadway 830, where we do live music every Friday. And that's coming up on Friday, June 2nd. Mark your calendar. You should have marked your calendar about this event. It's awesome. The 4th Annual STEAM Expo. We're celebrating science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Presented by the title sponsor, Continental Tire. Also, Uvalde Memorial Hospital, Southwest Texas Junior College, Sol Ross University, Fagley Construction, the Tex Elliott family. Again, shout out to Jan Elliott and the family. Hill Country Alliance, the Rotary Club of Uvalde, and of course our host, the El Progreso Memorial Library, and the director of the library is here with me, Mr. Mendel Morgan.
Yay!
Got an A-lister here, the big man in charge. Yeah, there we go. The crowd goes wild.
Robert. Yes, the crowd went wild. I loved it. Thank you so
It's
much,
nice
Robert.
to have you on UvaldeRadio.net. It's not on a New Music Monday this time around.
No,
Doing a live kind of big cool thing here. So far, and again, it's noon right now, but you still got a couple of hours to get on out here and bring the whole family.
Yes.
Smashing success so far from what I can see from my vantage point.
Robert, this is an Earth Day we won't soon forget. forget.
That's right.
So I want to wish you a very happy Earth Day, and I'm so grateful for you being here to broadcast live from the Rotunda of El Progreso Memorial Library, the happening civic and cultural center serving the heart of Uvalde. We are so excited. We've got these wonderful exhibitors. I think we had 28 show up to exhibit with us today. We have everything from the newest of the new technology to old technology. One of my friends from San Antonio has come out with an exhibit of Atari and the original video games from the 1970s.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Now, I've been stuck here with our little bit of technology, internet radio, but before we wrap it up here, I'm going to go play me some Galaga or some Pac-Man for sure.
You absolutely have to. It'll make his day, and I think you'll get a real blast out of it. A blast from the past, as we used to say.
So what are some of your other favorite exhibitors out here?
Oh, well, of course, Uvalde Memorial Hospital, Continental Tires. We have the Nueces River Authority. We have the South Texas Children's Bereavement Center, Dirksen Engineering. We have Henry Sanchez, an incredible artist from Houston, and he's doing his art, Robert, with the kids with things that they get from the Wildscape Garden. They go look at them under microscopes. Then they adjust the image to the size they want. They print it out on high-quality paper, and they have art suitable for framing. It's amazing.
That sounds really cool. I'm going to check that out, Jim.
Oh, you're going to love
awesome.
it. Lorena is here doing fashion design, T-shirt recycling, and sewing. We have, so many people from Southwest Texas Junior College, STEM, and Sol Ross has the most amazing van. It's outside alone.
It really is cool.
Oh, yeah. They're just,
it's like a science transportation vehicle thing. It's just got a lot of cool stuff happening there.
Totally. Yeah. And, of course, they're near the Uvalde EMS group. They're here with their truck. We've got Summit Landscaping from Dunley with an amazing tent set up.
No, that's a guy bouncing a ball, but earlier there was a bunch of sounds coming from over there. Is that like a nail machine gun? What was that?
No, that's children learning how to hammer boards and nails together. Yeah.
Nice.
You know,
so that's a construction angle.
It's a construction, because Dirksen Engineering, and they do houses and cabins and such as that. But what amazes me is I haven't been fired because I am the last person to run a quiet library. You know, it's just appalling. There's always noise at your library because we've got activity and life and good things going on. It's a very positive
I said
day.
right when I started the broadcast, I feel like we're even speaking at my regular announcer tone. But so far, everybody's. I've been having to speak loud because there's a lot going on. So
Absolutely, you have to yell above the crowd almost.
Let's talk about this. I think you might have touched on it briefly, but the live wire demonstration.
Oh wow!
So it's a lot of action in here for a while, and then when that thing started, it cleared out inside. Everybody went outside, so it must have been well received.
Oh, listen, this is fantastic because the children and adults are learning about the true power of electricity and why we have to be so respectful of electricity. It's our great servant, but it can also, if it's on the ground or it's loose, you don't want to touch it because it will absolutely end your time on this beautiful planet Earth that we are enjoying.
Now, we already missed it. It happened at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock,
So
yes.
for those listening at home that couldn't be here, what did they see?
They saw several different program event demonstrations. They showed how they turn on an electric generator, run power through the lines, and then how that steps down from a 7,000 volt transmission down to 120 like we use in our homes and here at the library and at your radio station, so that we've all got to have it harnessed to where we can use it without blowing us up.
Right.
But then they showed us what would happen if you touch, for example, a weenie to the live wire. It shows that's what your finger would be if you touch it, and it's not a pretty picture, I want to tell you what. And then they showed us what happens when Mylar balloons get loose and go up and hit a wire. They'll knock the whole grid out for that area, so we don't want to let our birthday balloons
those
go.
Mylar balloons.
Yes,
they're so fun, but
yes.
such a pain.
They can be a real problem, so we want to watch those Mylar balloons.
Is that because they've got that slightly metallic kind of thing going on?
It's an aluminum material that he said, just like the wires are aluminum to transmit the electricity.
So latex balloons don't have that issue.
No, latex would just pop and startle you. But the Mylar, that will bring the system down. So, I mean, you want to do that. Yeah.
So that sounds so cool. So what else is there? There's still to come. I know, like I said, that exhibit's been done, but it's still going strong here till 2 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
So this passport thing,
and
the opportunity to win
fun.
stuff, it's so much fun. The kids are having a blast.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, just getting the stamps and stickers is just like making their day.
Exactly. So we had the generosity of so many people. We've had binoculars to give away, telescopes to give away, all kinds of really nice prizes for the kids, and we had a T-shirt giveaway also. because we want them to remember
You've already
the
cleared
event.
those T-shirts
We
out. Very
cleared
good.
them out. Yes,
what
sir.
a successful day. Anybody else you need to give a shout out to or a thanks? Or
Well,
I know Michael Robinson's been your number 2 guy, right?
Well, he's really the number one guy.
Okay.
Because, Robert, it was Michael who came to me about 5 or 6 years ago, and he said, I have this crazy idea. I just feel like we need to do this for our young people.
Michael with a crazy idea? No,
Yes.
that sounds great.
Oh, yeah, no. In a very booming, boisterous voice and all the enthusiasm and energy you could imagine. But he pulled it off with a great success the first time out, the second time, the third, and as you said, this is our 4th.
Yep.
We had to go on hiatus because of COVID, of course, but we are just so grateful to be back with people able to come out and be normal and enjoy the beauty of the grounds here at El Progreso Memorial Library and this wonderful facility that's so adaptable to let us do all these things.
It seems like it's just bigger and better than ever. You guys really going to have something to top for next year.
Absolutely, and we're already working on it. So anybody that wants to come alongside, join up, and help us put on another successful event, we're aiming for April of 2024. So
Absolutely
let me
wonderful.
know that you'd like to do.
Well, already a huge success here today, and it's still not even, we've still got a couple hours left to go. So, again, Mr. Mendel Morgan, director here at El Progreso Memorial Library. Find him online at elprogreso.org. Follow him on Facebook, Instagram, all the social media channels. Be sure and tune in for the next New Music Monday interview. Mr. Mendel Morgan will be there as well, too. And any other parting thoughts you got to get out there? Any information?
Just have a blessed Earth Day. Do what you can to conserve, and let's protect our beautiful planet, our home, our island Earth.
All right,
Thank
once
you.
again, we are live at the 4th Annual Steam Expo, El Progreso Memorial Library. Little Brad Paisley here. This is UValdyRadio.net. UValdyRadio.net. Hey, we're live at the 4th Annual Steam Expo, Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Mathematics. It's all here under one roof and outside on a beautiful spring day in Uvalde, Texas at the El Progreso Memorial Library, 301 West Main Street. Still got about an hour and 45 minutes to get in on the action. And now we've talked to some of the organizers, some of the exhibitors, but right now, this is really what it's all about. The patrons, the people that are actually enjoying these activities. Young lady, what is your name?
Taylor Martinez.
Taylor?
Taylor.
And how old are you?
15.
15? Are you in ninth grade? How old is 15? Sophomore?
Yes, freshman.
If you're a freshman, okay, very good. You go to Uvalde High School?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. So I saw you earlier talking to Mr. Mendel Morgan. We just talked to him, did an interview with him. He's the director here at the library. I know you had some kind words. What did you say to Mr. Morgan just a few minutes ago?
Well, I was just telling him about how appreciative I am of the program, being as I am a someone who's really considering science as a career path in the future, and I'm really passionate about science.
Really?
Yes, so seeing all of the opportunity here in this library is just, I appreciate it a lot.
So what is it, and again, you're a freshman at the Uvalde High School.
Right.
What is it that is setting you so far on a path to follow science? What inspired you to really get into science and dig in?
What inspired me to get into science was just, it makes up life. I mean, you have philosophy, you have science, and you have the arts, and I feel like they all tie into each other, and just seeing how each one of them affects my day-to-day life and others' day-to-day life is just so incredible to see.
Do you have a part of science, like a direction that you want to pursue?
Astrophysics.
Astrophysics is very cool.
Yes.
You watch a lot of Big Bang Theory and laugh at those guys?
Well, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and I try to follow NASA as much as I can.
So what is there a specific job you'd like to shoot for?
Oof. Just dealing with the physics of it all.
That's very cool.
Yes, because I find it incredible how math and logic is so structured. It's everything.
Very
Everything
good.
that life is. It makes up everything.
So here at the Steam Expo, what have been some of your favorite exhibits and opportunities to learn here? What's some standouts for you?
Definitely the telescope room, which allows you to zoom into certain organisms that are, of course, dead and crusty and whatnot, and kind of make your own photographic art of these.
That's fantastic stuff.
Yes.
Well, I'm so excited that you're having a good time. And what have you hit everything yet? Have you made all the rounds, or are you still getting around to do stuff?
I'd say I've made all the rounds.
You made all the rounds, very good.
Yes, they're
all
all
right.
so unique in their own different ways.
So if you had a message for those kids out there about your age or older or younger, and they couldn't make it out here today, what would you say they're missing? Really, what's the takeaway that you're like, hey man, this is cool, and why aren't you here?
I'd say they're missing a lot of opportunity because, we hear about science mainly from books and teachers, pastoring us on about science. And it becomes more of a, you have to learn this rather than, hey, this is what's making up life. this is what science has to do. This is what science really is. You know.
Yeah. And you're doing it hands-on, right? And
Yes.
you're really being interactive with it instead of just reading pages out of a book or watching a video, right?
Yeah, so I feel like if they came here, I'd feel like they'd get a bit more interested in science, a bit more fascinated.
Get more excited about it, right? Yeah, absolutely. Well, man, it's been really cool talking to you. I love your excitement for the event, and I guess you're probably already excited about next year, right?
Of course, I am looking forward to that next year. I cannot wait.
All right. Well,
I have a suggestion though.
Okay, what's your suggestion?
An astronomy booth. Anything
Astronomy.
dealing with astronomy.
You know what? And I know Michael Robinson, one of the organizers, wanted to do that, but he wanted, I think, because of the trees, and it's a little easier whenever there's less light
right,
and
light
more
pollution.
secluded. Yeah. So I know he had been trying to do that, but if you talk to Michael Robinson before you leave, I do believe he's got some astronomy stuff going on. You got to get yourself a little further away from the city to really do it right. So very cool. Well, it's been really cool talking to you. Thanks for spending some time with us. Okay.
Of course,
Once
pleasure
again,
to be here.
We're at the Steam Expo, Uvalde. At the Upper Augusta Memorial Library. To get back into some music, this is Mark Powell, and this is called "It Goes On." We are UvaldeRadio.net.